building a squad of players that have never won a World Cup, but they should have. It's World Cup 1994 in the USA, and Roberto Baggio is an absolute baller. He won the Ballon d'Or 6 months prior. He's in the final of the World Cup for Italy against Brazil. It's a penalty shootout. It's the final penalty. He steps up. He has to score to keep Italy in the game. If he'd scored, Italy may have won the World Cup, so therefore he's going to be the first player I buy. 292,000 coins, we will take him in. You, my friend, are going on the bench, because that was a penalty you should have scored. Next, we're going to move into 1998 World Cup, which was obviously won by France. But there was one player missing from the squad that you'd be really surprised at. Claude Makelele. The Makelele role was born with him and how he played, but he didn't get into the team, so he didn't win the World Cup, but he should have been in the team, so he should have won a World Cup. And for that reason, I'm buying him at 304,000 coins, and we're going to put him at CDM. I think we've got to mention a nation that's never won a World Cup, but it blows my mind that they haven't. They've had so many talented players. I'm talking about the Netherlands, so let's add a couple of players in. The first is Johan Cruyff. 3 Ballon d'Ors. But Netherlands have just never done it. Oh, it makes me sick how expensive this card is. 2.5 million. Oh my word. Oh, we'll put him in a cam. Well, why is he not? Okay. We can't play him at cam, so he just doesn't get any chemistry boost. The next Dutch player is Clarence Seedorf. Absolutely goated midfielder. He was in the Netherlands team that came fourth in the 1998 World Cup, and it's the closest he ever got. They were knocked out by Brazil in the semi-finals. Geez, even his baby card's not cheap. 377, but look at it. It's a great card. We're going to buy him in and put him on the bench. Once we've built the team, we're going to have one game of FIFA to try and bring some glory back to this squad. If I fail to win the game, yes, you couldn't get me to do it before, but this time you might. If I lose, I'll be wearing this, kissing that, and say that I... But you know what? I ain't gonna be doing that, so I don't need it. The final Dutchman I want to add into this team is none other than Mr. Ruud Gullit. Yet another Ballon d'Or winner that never got a World Cup. His only tournament was the 1990 World Cup, where Holland went out in the knockout round of 16. They didn't even win a game that World Cup, drawing all 3 group games and then going out to West Germany. And then months before the 1994 World Cup, he stormed out and said he's not playing for the national team anymore. I'm gonna buy his baby for 800k. I'm gonna play him at centre-back. 5 players down, and we have got so much left. We've got injuries, we've got scandal. Can't wait. Next up, let's go to the Germany World Cup in 2006, which was won by Italy. But there was one Italian who had one massive regret, and that was Paolo Maldini, because he rejected the call-up to the national team when they went on and won it. He even admitted it afterwards, but oh my God. Can you imagine? One of the best defenders of all time, trying his whole career to win a World Cup. The one time he goes, nah, mate. You're all right. They go and win it. To be fair to me, took it very gracefully, and I'm going to buy his baby for 670,000 coins and put him as my other centre-back. Now, we're going to get one more player from this World Cup, and that's going to be Cristiano Ronaldo. Obviously, he's one of the best players to ever play football, but he never won a World Cup. The 2006 World Cup was his debut World Cup. I've said World Cup way too many times, and it's also the closest that Portugal have ever got, coming fourth in the competition. So let's get ourselves a little bit of Sui for 423,000. Sui! Whack him in at a striker. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. By the way, his strike partner is definitely the most controversial story in this video. Next up, we're going to be talking about Raul, the incredible Spanish striker that had over 100 caps and 44 goals for his country, but he never won a World Cup. He was simply just born too early. The last World Cup he played in was 2006, when Spain were right at the beginning of their greatness. For the 6 years after he retired, they won 2 European Championships and the World Cup in 2010. So Raul, you're the next player into this team for 76,000. That's a rubbish card. We need to get a goalkeeper in this squad. So we're going to add the guy that's regarded as the greatest goalkeeper of all time, who doesn't have any World Cups to his name, although he did play in 3, and his team came 4th in the 1966 World Cup, which was won by England. I'm not wearing an England shirt. Even I wasn't born in 1966. Mr. Lev Yashin, the Black Spider. We'll pick up his baby card for 199,000 coins. We're halfway through of this should have won a World Cup team. Don't forget, once it's finished, I'm playing one game of FIFA, and if I lose, well, I've got to go and pick the shirt up that I threw earlier. I'll be wearing this, kissing that, and saying that I Yeah. This 2014 and Germany have just won the World Cup, but there are two big name players that didn't get a medal. The first is Marco Reus because he pulled up with an injury just before the World Cup, so he couldn't play. So he should have 100% won a World Cup, so let's put him on the bench. The other player that missed out was Leroy Sané, and it was simply because he was just not picked for the final squad, which was really strange because he just won the PFA Young Player of the Year award for helping Man City win the title. I've got him in the club, so we're just going to slot him in on the bench next to Reus. There's one more player that should have won a World Cup, especially in the 2014 World Cup. I'm talking about Lionel Messi. One of, if not the greatest player we have ever seen in the game, just couldn't do it with Argentina. 2014 was their best chance. They lost in the final to Germany 1-0. So let's use his Player of the Month card and slot him in at cam. We're going to stick with Argentina and get a right back for the team. We're talking about Javier Zanetti, one of the greatest fullbacks of all time, but he never won a World Cup. He did play in two. The 1998 World Cup, they went out in the quarterfinals to Holland, and then the 2002 World Cup, where they didn't get past the group stage. 316,000. Honestly, he is an Inter Milan legend. 5 players left, and this one got a little bit of controversy around it. We're going to get our other fullback. Obviously, this guy hasn't won a World Cup, but he should have if Ronaldinho did not score that fluky free kick in the quarterfinals against England in the 2002 World Cup. If he didn't score that, England would have won it all, and Ashley Cole would have, should have, could have had a World Cup medal. So I'm going to buy him for 259,000 coins and bang him in the team. I still remember that game. I was severely hungover in bed. I can barely remember the game, which is probably a good thing. For the final 4 players, we're going to go into the 2018 World Cup, which was, of course, won by France. Martial was in good form, but he wasn't selected, so he should have won a World Cup. And Dimitri Payet, who probably would have made the squad, didn't make it because he got injured. And he's got a special card, which I'm probably not going to be able to buy because it's gone. Typical. We'll buy this one instead. You're my final bench player. For our final player in the midfield, we're going to be adding Luka Modric. He won the Golden Ball and Ballon d'Or in 2018 after helping Croatia get to the final of the World Cup. Unfortunately, they did lose to France 4-2, but he should have won a World Cup after those performances. So I'm going to buy his inform for 108,000 coins, and he's going to play right there. Everyone in this team has dreamt about winning a World Cup. I dream about meeting Ryan Reynolds or being in a Chris MD video. So hit subscribe right now, because if we hit 1 million, it might happen. This leaves us just one player. They didn't make the French team in 2018 because there was this whole bribery tape scandal involving him and Valbuena, so he's kind of like banished from the national team. But if that didn't happen, he may well have made the team, meaning that he should have won a World Cup. He's a perfect man for this team, so we're slamming him up front. One game. Will today be the day? I don't think so. That team is nice. Cristiano says, so Cristiano, that's what you get for Cristiano. No, no. Oh, my Yashin. Benzema's going all the way. Power shot this. Ping. Maldini. Fucking hell, Zanetti. What was that, mate? No, no, no. So undeserved. King. Goal, goal. Oh, Modric, you douche. You sweaty. How am I 2-0 down? We need something big here, boys. Yes, yes, Messi's got to finish it. The link-up play between CR7 and Messi, they love each other, really. What a ball. What's he doing? What's he doing? What's he... Troy, get out of the way, mate. I'm going for it. Oh, oh! I'm all over you, son. Finish it, Messi. Messi, come on. CR7 to Messi again. We're back in the game. No, no, no. Yes, Cristiano, Cristiano, let's go! Once again, I ain't wearing that. Have you ever wondered what a team would look like with the GOAT for every position? Well, go and check this video out. You're gonna love it.